Sorry, just looking at some stuff. Looking at some cool stuff. Alright. Let's get started then. Yes. Good stuff. The best stuff, coolest stuff. Boy, how I love stuff. Alright, so. Okay, where's the. Okay, I finished the hands and feet. I'm now gonna have to. I'm gonna take these bolts, place them up here where they belong. Nice. Normally I'm very talkative, but now I'm super tired. I think, you know what? At this point, if this is the case, then I'm gonna have to basically shut everything down by like an hour. Make this a nice hour stream. At this point, screw it. No one's watching. It's just gonna be for me. Okay, so I think next week, I don't know, then week after next week, more accurate, I may have a conversation with the great Dan Warren. And then, from then on, I think, after Dan Warren's conversation, I want to have a conversation with a few more artists. I have my eye on Wigglewood. Wigglewood's cool. Also, I feel like if I'm going to have a conversation with Wigglewood, I might as well have a conversation with him while he is still reachable. No, I don't know. Maybe. No. That's not the way to look at it. Wigglewood's not a celebrity. He's not a god. He is simply a man who makes pretty good animated sketches. Oh, come on. Wake up. I'm tired. I've been tired. I will was told we have 7 days left. I feel like it's more 10, but hey, if that's true, then I am excited. I'm going to work on this for a short while, and then when I have time, I'm going to work on the female studies. Because when Mr. Weinstein gives you a critique, when a man who's been doing this longer than you have gives you a critique, you tend to listen. You tend to listen to him. You have to listen to him. You get your ego out the way. You know, it's embarrassing to say, but when I show him when I show him my work, or any professional my work, and they critique it, some little voice inside my head, you know, I get these intrusive thoughts of me like crashing out and being like, oh, how dare you! I shit gold and pit is champagne. You dare question my excellence? And then like, you know, I immediately tell those thoughts to shut the fuck up. You're not special. Yeah. Though I think, I don't know, there has to be some times where you do fight back on the critiques. I remember I was doing this concept, and essentially I was told by some guy, not naming any names, that he looks like a midget with long arms. And you know, I was at work at the time, and yeah, I took that personal. It's kind of embarrassing, but I took a bathroom break, and while I was in the bathroom, I was like, you know, first off, like I basically showed him, like I basically put in a side-by-side comparison of my painting and an actual like person with dwarfism, and I'm like, this is an actual dwarf, and this is him. Like, what do you want about? And then basically it's like, are you trying to tell me that the proportions for the legs were off? Because if the proportions of legs were off, all you had to do was just say that instead of he looked like a midget. Because, you know, it's like, I intended for this creature design to be upwards of like 6.5 feet, like very tall, very imposing, and you just calling him a midget, just, I don't know, it pissed me off. It pissed me off to the point where it's like, you know, where I had to basically kind of like go to the bathroom and just quickly respond to that. But apart from that, you know, yeah, I think I take, you know, criticism pretty well. Alright, 10:27. Man, I'm tired. And then there was a time where I think Special Edgar from like the Ryan Gutierrez Discord said that I look like a midget. No. Okay, Jesus Christ, no. said that he looked like an alien. And I'm like, are you serious? He doesn't look like an alien. Like, he's obviously not an alien. Like, are you serious? But then again, that's neither here nor there. No one's watching this. You know, it'd be hilarious if I showed up to work one day and one of my supervisors came to me with this video and replayed what I just said, where it's like I took a bathroom break and I went on Discord. I told them out when I should have been, doing my job. And like, it's like, yeah, we got you now. You're clipped, buddy. You're cooked. Go home. You're fired. And then that's the end of my employment. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of suck. Especially since how I was like, I think student loan debt wise, my balance is now 4,000. So it's like, imagine being unemployed right when you're on the cusp of freedom. Yeah, it's not fun. So maybe I have to be careful when it comes to what I say on the internet. Also, there is a new Riot trailer that is made entirely with AI. And who knows, maybe before the night ends, I can react to that. And just absolutely just roast it and eviscerate it. Because I've seen some bits and pieces, and honestly, I have to say, I get more joy and stimulation from human-made corporate 3D animated commercials. That's what I gotta say. Honestly, it's like, dang, really? The animation and entertainment industry is kind of on pause because of that. We're afraid of this. I understand AI has the capability of getting better, but really? Like this? Come on. You gotta be like shitting me right now. This is insane. Like, this is absolutely just insane. It's like you've hyped this up so much, and in return, the quality is just so little. I've seen CoComelon and annoying ass CoComelon like animated YouTube videos with more more character than what I've just saw. Everything is just so it has just an uncanny feel, where it's like, it's like you basically take an Arcane and K-pop Demon Hunters and like every animated League of Legends trailer, put it into a supercomputer and just say, hey, make a trailer, and it just spat out this, where it's like, okay, have a nice crowd and some, yeah, like Jinx, because, well, Arcane is huge and Jinx is a very popular character. Have some other characters that are in the game, and they're like really good friends with Jinx, because screw it. Once I pay off this student loan debt, hopefully before the summer of 2026, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the summer. I don't think I even want to go back to this particular site, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think I want to go back. Like, only, like, even on the first week, it was just insanely stressful. We were all so understaffed. We were all so, it was also so very hot. Like, an incident happened, and that's just, my mom's looking to sue, and it's very stressful, and it's a good thing that I'm not dealing with that. I'm very low energy, I know. 10-hour days, 10-hour shifts, and 5 hours of sleep isn't exactly the best combination. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do when the next summer comes. Maybe I'll just stay in and grind out and make more portfolio pieces. Because, like, recently I've also looked at, I looked out for concept artist jobs, right? And there's like quite a few postings. There's the lead concept artist for Epic Games 6 days ago, senior illustrator for Rockstar 12 days ago, concept artist for PlayStation, concept artist for Bethesda, Rockville, I'm not sure, probably in America, has health insurance, has decent pay, no degree mentioned, dental, paid PTO, 2D concept artist by Catface. I don't know what that is. This is Cicero Catfish. Okay, YouTube Entertainment Company. That was a senior concept artist for Sony Interactive. Concept artist for Touch Magics. For some reason, I don't know, the Childhood Cancer Society wants a concept artist too. I don't know why. I don't know why. Quite frankly, I am tired of seeing that. I'm fucking tired of seeing the Childhood Cancer Society. Okay, so Touch Magics. Basically a slot machine company. A5 Labs, PlayStation, Bonfire Studios, character concept artist. Principal concept artist. Fisherman, okay. Illustrator, concept artist. So, I'm not sure about the job market when it came market when it comes to, say, I'm not sure, like actually finding a job, because like, you know, but this is honestly really cool to see, because it's like, yeah, people are saying, oh, the industry's cooked, oh no, it's dead, but honestly, to see that this is you know, to see dozens of concept artist job postings kind of gives me hope, where it's like, okay, you know, I can essentially grind hard, go for these studio positions, and keep on applying and applying and applying and applying, and it's like kind of like going to the club and like just, you know, just asking girls out, you know, where it's like, yeah, you know, I'll just keep on asking these chicks out, and at one point, one of them has got to say yes. Like at one point, one of them's got to basically look at me and be like, normally I wouldn't do this, but my ex-boyfriend recently posted that he's taking his girlfriend to Cancun, and you kind of look like a high school teacher I had a crush on back when I was like 15. So yeah, who cares? You'll do. Yeah, I'll bang you. And then, you know, boom, you're in. You're in. So yeah, no, it gives me hope. Now, getting a job is another thing entirely. I realize that, and I'm going to have to do a lot of networking, and we're actually going to have to, you know, use LinkedIn, and that's not going to be a fun experience, but there is hope. We are not, you know, we are not cooked as the individuals who are younger than me say. We're not doomed. We're not doomers. We're bloomers. We're late bloomers, you know? The dream of a career is not out of reach. And who knows? And if I can get that, if I can get a job as a concept artist and finally be an independent human being, then maybe, what else am I wrong about myself? You know, what else am I wrong about? Maybe I can, you know, get a girlfriend. Maybe I can get a house. Maybe I can get a nice support group of friends. Maybe I can't have as much friends as my sister that are super cool. So, okay, so what do I put in the middle? Because basically, this is what the bolts look like. They're kind of like, they have to be indented into his flesh. They can't just be floating above. Also, maybe I can like sketch in an explanation where it's like, okay, so basically the reason why these things are there is because they're kind of like they're not bolts, they're sockets. On the night that he was born, on the night he was born, Frankenstein, while on that metal slab, was like he had essentially kind of like Dr. Frankenstein had essentially these sockets that he would essentially kind of like pump into the creature, kind of like how you plug in a phone to a charger, but like all over his body. That way, like it would more or less activate the creature. And then maybe there is a future where I can ditch the job that I have. And not, have to be so subconscious about screwing up every day. That'd be amazing. Still nobody. got some new shit. Stepan Alexeyev. Where were you all my life? Alright. Alright. Shit. Okay, got you. I gotcha. Also, I'm working on a banner. If I could get that done, that'd be pretty cool. And then, well, I don't know. Alright. We're gonna have to draw the sockets out. I'm doing my best here. You know, man. No. Wow. Okay. Who was? Where was the? Where is the? Okay, so I'm gonna have to basically take this and flip this. Apparently, that's gonna be fun. It's amazing. Yeah. And then we tweak it ever so slightly. And there you go. There you go. Perfect. Not really, but this will just have to. We'll just have to make do here. Sorry about that. That was mighty gross. Also, maybe this long arm is longer than this arm. You know what? Let's keep it. This could be a reminder that, you know, it's like, hey, he has imperfections because he was made by a very imperfect man who wanted to play God and bang his cousin. So, you know. damn. Well, how many people are in here? I know it's not a lot, but damn. Oh, I can take a hint, but I still have to do this because of the discipline. How else am I gonna get those jobs that I just stated before? How else am I gonna work a job at the machine slot factory if I can? How else am I gonna get a job at the machine slot factory if I don't grind it out, homie? Alright, so also I think maybe he should also have say he's been shocked. He should have like, you know, and maybe you should add some hair. Nah, okay. Alright, so this is a this has been the Frankenstein study. I should probably go to bed now. I really want to do a woman study. Not the Frankenstein study, the Frankenstein concept. Jesus Christ, Jacob, what's wrong with you, buddy? You're not doing good. You're not, you know. It's bad enough the hands and the feet are poorly rendered, but you gotta do this. You'll never be a professional artist in the industry now. You're finished. You're finished. I think I'm just gonna. How about this? finish the head. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Steven Yeun not being the Sentry seems like a missed opportunity. Really badass, dude. He's the type, he can pull off that character. I've seen him in Beef. But you know, that's just me being retarded and putting tangents. I'm just gonna finish this lady. Maybe start another lady. Okay, so one thing I could also do is take that out. Yeah. I feel like the highlight was just needless. I didn't need to put this in. What came before was good enough. I added the highlight just so I could feel cool. It's like, yeah. Oh god, I gotta. If that's the case, then yeah, I gotta fix that. Cause this is. I don't like this highlight no more. This is dookie. This is dookie and a half. But then again, hopefully they can understand. I'm a dickhead sometimes. I fuck up all the time. Okay. Let's just move on. Oh my god, I hope I can move on from this. I wasn't even. I was. Maybe that's what it's going to do me. From ever working with. The DOE again. Oh, okay. I hate ads so much. It's okay. I don't know. Hopefully the eyebrows are in proportion. Oh boy. Yeah, you know what? I think the more I work on this, the more time I'm wasting. Okay, so I think possibly over the weekend I could actually strive to finish this. You know, the back, the arms, possibly add some more details. Okay. What is... I forgot. He is a Vietnamese... Okay. Mm. Alright. Okay, so one thing we could do that could be cool. Take this. Right? Take everything here. And I could just copy this group. Paste. And then we transform. And then I flip it. And then I have this sketch for as reference. So I could just hold on. That's not what I wanted. Over here, dickhead. Yeah. Flip it. Paint in the back. Tweak it a little bit. And then, that's when I do the more finer details, like these things. Sockets. Scars. Then I add in a couple more costume variations. Alright. Take that out. Yeah, I'm out. This has been the stream. Hope you